welcome to episode 2 of This is the Way the Babies Play. Here I've got an older toddler and he's called Kofi, and he's quite a lot bigger than a normal baby would be. He's my life-size toddler. So Kofi and I are going to share with you some ideas and musical activities to engage using lots of eye contact, lots of vocal, expressive sound play. All good news for creating a new or strengthening new bonds between you and your baby, particularly in times of trouble, stress and strife. So without further ado, let's go to a little hello song, which is really rather fun, and it involves moving as well and saying hello. I'll just press that very important button. Now, can you sit up, Kofi? That's good. Excellent, well done. Are you ready? Ready? Listen carefully to the words and they get us going together. Hey, move along, baby. Hey, move along. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, move along, baby. Hey, move along. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, swing along, baby. Hey, swing along. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, swing along, baby. Hey, swing along. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, sing along, baby. Hey, sing along, la la la. Hey, sing along, baby. Hey, sing along, la la la. Woo! My goodness me, that's a lot of moving around. So from swing along to move along to sing along. There's so much you can do with that little song. And we've sort of warmed up, but what we could do more is warming up our voices together. It's fantastic to enjoy musical play in vocal ways because in turn it encourages your baby to copy you and to develop his or her vocal skills as well. So here's a little game we can play with a song called Making a Sound. Can you make a sound like me? Ooh! 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 Can you make a sound like me? Woo! 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 Can you make a sound like me? 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 So that little playful sound song, or soundscape if you like, can go on and on and on. And did you notice how I moved my baby, my toddler actually, to encourage him to respond? So it was playful and it was also humorous. Lots of expression and humour goes hand in hand with musical play, and it's so good for just relieving stress or any kind of tension that might have been building up over the day. As I say, these little activities are perfect for just dipping in and out of whenever you want to. And just to remind you, you don't have to be a singer to do clever things like woo! So, onward with the next little activity, which involves a special friend. Now, this week is all about animals and creating animal sounds and associations to the said animal. If you don't have a lamb in your house, and not many people do, I recommend my favourite resource. Are you ready, Kofi? Yes, a sock. Now, to introduce my sock, or if you have a puppet lamb, fantastic, I might make a sound. Oh, lots of, oh, what's that? Oh, pay attention, Kofi, you're meant to go, oh. And there's a little bit of humour, of course, there's lots of humour going on there. And then I might show my sock, you see, lamb, with a little wiggle. So we're engaging in what's called multi-sensory experiences, moving, sound play, and a visual, which ideally would be a lamb, but it doesn't matter at all if it isn't. This is all about the multi-sensory building of experiences and growth, dare I say, in a young baby or child. And we can play with that lovely little game of sound and visuals so as long as you want before going into the actual song. And what I might do with this song is put young Kofi on my knees. Oh my goodness, you're a bit of a weight, aren't you? Goodness me. And as we begin the song, because I've got it down here on my recording, I might just get going, moving, and again, lots of eye contact. It's just reassuring and it's playful and it's a good distance away. So you've got this real invisible bonding going on. So I'm going to find that little button and press it to listen to this rather wonderful tune. I'm sure lots of you might know it. It's a bit traditional. And it goes. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. Little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. Followed her to school one day, it was a get to wool. It made the children laugh and play to see the lamb at school. Oh. Little lamb, Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. All good fun. And of course, if he's feeling very playful, he might want to look out and see the world in front of him, which is okay too. And then you can have a real go if they're older and really go from side to side and lift them up on dance and play. I always think that bit's better than the gym. So, Kofi, what next? What next? Oh yes, we have another little surprise. Now, surprises are all about anticipation and release. It's about building up that anticipation of what's going to happen, and then we release that anticipation. We release the tension. And when we deliberately make that happen, we're helping to prepare Kofi for something that could be unexpected. But because it's with his loved one, he's going to look to me for reassurance, and I'm going, it's okay, because we're sharing that. So he's building up those strengths and those abilities to cope with the unexpected. So what was this one? Oh yes, I'm going to put you back on here on the cushion, Kofi. Now, let's get that special box. All you need is a cardboard box or a little basket, and somebody special is in the basket. What can it be? Could be Kofi's favourite animal, and in this case, well, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's have a listen.
Bear in a box, jump up tall. Bear in a box, come down small. Bear in a box, jump up tall. Bear in a box, come down small.
So, bear in a box, jump up tall. Bear in a box, come down small. Now, what will happen with Kofi's favourite animal or favourite bear? He will, of course, reach out for it. But in musical ways, he's experiencing it up there with a very high note, and then it goes down again. So you can play with that with the lamb if you've got a lamb, or it could be a cow or a horse, anything in that special box that's a surprise. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Bear in a box, jump up tall, reaching up high, Kofi. Bear in a box, come down small. It's gone. To that lovely moment of tension, anticipation, and release as his favourite animal is lifted up high. So that's an animal in the box or bear in the box. Wonderful, really simple, really easy to just implement throughout the day. Okay, on with the next Kofi. Let's have a look. Oh yes. Now back to my favourite whistles. You might even know this song because look. It's a very lively activity, and in this little module we're looking at the importance of association of sound to the topic. Worm. I'm telling you about a worm. Worm. The worm at the bottom of the garden. And his name is Wiggly Woo. So tension and release again. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden. And his name is Wiggly Woo. Let's have a little go with that with the song. I'm going to take my sock off because you don't need to have a sock or even a worm. You can just have your hand, or as you scoop up your baby or toddler, you can just show him or her your hand and wiggle around and you'll see. There are lots of different ways you could do this song, but the fundamental thing is that they're listening to your lovely voice, as it's so important. It's the most important sound they'll ever hear. Let's have a listen to this wonderful song. It's so traditional, but it's great fun. And of course, again, you can do it at any time.
There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and all that he can do is wiggle all day, wiggle all night, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, what a fright! There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo.
So did you see that I kept quite still? And on the word wiggle, we did some wiggle. And we built it up and we built it up and we looked at each other. And then we sang the little song again. And again, like all good Children's songs, you can go on and on and on and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. Again, lots of sound play too. Now, at this point, it is really important to get moving sometimes, engaging your baby in whole sensory movement. Some will be crawling, some will be toddling, some will be walking, and some need to be carried. So I'm going to stand up and share with you a little idea around an animal topic that you can enjoy with sound, potentially a visual, and then lots of moving. Are you ready, Kofi? Kofi's a lot bigger than a baby. He's a toddler, and I'm going to really move him around because he's quite big and he's facing outwards, or you can put him on your side like this, just as you normally would, or of course if he's walking, just encourage him and support him as you go along. So, are you ready for this, Kofi? So we're going to listen to what animals we can hear. And actually it might just be the one animal, because then we might move on to something else. Respond to the sound and move, experiencing that wonderful musical beat with our tummies together as a shared, fun, little experience in musical play. And again, it can take place at any time. Let's have a listen. Oh! Horse! It's a horse!
Get on your horse and ride. Get on your horse and ride. Get in your car and drive.
Beep beep!
Get in your car and drive.
Beep beep! Beep beep!
Get on the train and choo
Oh.
choo. Get on the train and choo choo.
Choo choo choo!
Get in the plane and fly.
Fly!
Get in the plane and fly.
Fly! Whee! Whee! Woo! And that's it. That was fun, wasn't it? So you can double that and treble it and do the same of the one verse over and over again, particularly if there's a favourite like the horse one. Well, it's that time for calm. Calm time, a little listening, breathing together, just feeling that calming down moment. You both had a very busy day and you just want to be calm with your senses. You're listening, you're moving, and you're looking. Just keep that sense of ambience and connection by listening to something a little slower, and also not forgetting the animal topic. Let's have a listen to this lullaby and see how I can engage Kofi just by asking little questions as we listen. And I'll sing the song with the words so you can get a sense of what it's about. The owl is in the tree, is looking at you. Where is the owl? singing to you. And your baby might copy your voice, copy your mouth moving. I can see Kofi's getting quite sleepy now. So on that note, I say goodbye, and I think Kofi would say goodbye as my pretend baby, my pretend toddler. And we'll look forward to seeing you in episode 3. What's happening in episode 3? Well, I'll be talking about how we move on to the next activity, how we move on to distract, but provide meaning to the next activity, or provide meaning to something that's musically playful. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.